wild day. Honestly, one of the craziest days since the whole Luna breakdown. I wouldn't expect, like, man, nothing can surprise you in crypto. I'm just gonna get this shared in Discord right now, and then we'll get started. We'll go over the whole Binance and FTX war, you could say. So let's get started. First of all, we'll take a look at Bitcoin because all of this has pushed Bitcoin to new lows. We hit the price of 17,114, pretty much almost $17,000, 12% pullback, which, man, we were looking good. Ethereum was looking good as well, almost hitting $1,700, but it pulled back to 1227. And if you don't know anything about the Binance and the FTX Acquire, FTT was dumped to shit. It was $26, and in the last 24 hours, it got dumped all the way down to $2.73. Honestly, looking like another Luna. Like, this is going to bounce back up and probably get shorted to lows again. So this is looking horrible, and we're going to take a look at Solana as well. Solana was at $32 today. No, this is at the start of the week. So pretty much yesterday, and it dropped all the way down to $20. It's at a 29% loss as of right now. So it's not looking too great. We'll take a dive right into what happened. So CZ, the founder of Binance, this afternoon, FTX asked for our help. There is a significant liquidity crunch to protect users. We signed a non-binding LOI intending to fully acquire FTX and help cover the liquidity crunch. We will be conducting a full DD in coming days, due diligence. And if you aren't aware, there was a ton of FUD against FTX that they were becoming insolvent and that they didn't have enough funds to pay back users' deposits. And everybody, I think there was about $3 billion in withdrawals. I need to find the exact number. I withdrew just in time yesterday. They halted withdrawals, and now Binance is bailing them out. But this was all started because of CZ, but pretty much SBF was snaking him, he put himself in this situation, and we'll get into all of that. So there's a lot to cover, and it'll take some time. This is a highly dynamic situation, and we're assessing the situation in real time. Binance has the discretion to pull out from the deal at any time. I think that's super important. They can pull out of the deal from any time. We expect FTT to be highly volatile in the next coming days as things develop. I'm not sure they've sold all their FTT. They probably still have hundreds of millions of it. So they've been just dumping the shit of it, and we're going to go into exactly why. I think this is a low jab from SBF, which put him in the position to get publicly owned on Twitter. CZ just served him. I've never seen anything like it. What's up, Dilemma? What's up, Sarth? Happy to see you guys here. But honestly, this is some crazy shit. I haven't seen anything like it. So he's talking about CZ right now. You can see he's replying. Excited to see him repping the industry in DC going forward. Is he allowed to go to DC, right? And that's a pretty low blow in my opinion, coming from FTX, the founder Sam, and you have CZ who's invested in Binance, invested in FTX, sorry, and you're saying, is he allowed to go DC? And when you're like at that level, if public CEO of the second largest cryptocurrency exchange, you shouldn't be posting those types of things unless, you wanted to get served by CZ. So let's go into the full story. This is a great thread by Alex. You can check him out as well. I'll give him a follow. So we'll go into the thread and what caused all this FUD. So back in 2017, Binance founded Binance, CZ, founded Binance, and it quickly grew to be the largest centralized exchange. Since it launched many exchanges, many exchanges have unsuccessfully tried to take its crown, while Binance has just been slaying BNB as well. So in May of 2019, a new player entered the space, and that is SBF. FTX, and he founded FTX. Immediately, it was clear that these guys were on another level. SBF had the smarts and the competitive drive to quickly rise to the top. CZ didn't build the largest crypto exchange by being lucky. He's an extremely smart person, and that is why he made the strategic decision to have Binance invest in FTX in 2019. It was also announced FTX would build institutional product offerings for the Binance ecosystem. So when they made that deal, they got about $2.1 billion in FTT. And you saw a few days ago, he publicly decided to sell that, and which caused a lot of FUD about their insolvency, and potentially not having all of the users' withdrawals, all the users' coins for withdrawals. And now they found themselves in a huge hole. So has CZ been planning this from the start? Man, he literally just chatted, and it just, I mean, for the whole of the crypto ecosystem, not great. Bearish, in my opinion. The second largest exchange, we're not even sure if Binance is going to acquire them for sure. We're not sure what's going to happen. We've already seen Bitcoin right now hit new lows, which happened just like recently, and we slightly bounced. So if it gets worse from here, we're only going to see, lower and lower prices. So this definitely is not good. Not good for us at all, but it's definitely like, it's crazy what CZ did. I just can't get over it. And then you see on Up Only as well, this is on the side, Up Only hosted a live, and Do Kwon and Martin Shkreli, all of them went on it. It was just, today's been a crazy day, man. Let's keep going. However, as FTX continued to rapidly grow, last bull market, CZ sensed that they're becoming a threat. That's why in 2021, Binance chose to divest from FTX during its $900 million funding round. CZ called it a normal investment cycle. Fast forward to 2022, and FTX is the number 2 exchange, while Binance still does 10x the volume of FTX. The rate of growth for FTX is surely alarming to CZ. However, there's another reason CZ is worried, and that's why I said SBF was being snaky, and there was a lot of talk that he was going behind Binance's back and actually, pushing regulation on them. So it's no secret that SBF has grand ambitions and realizes the only way to maximize FTX potential is by winning over regulators. That's why he's one of the biggest donors in not just the crypto industry, but in the US politics overall. He was the second largest donor to the Biden campaign. What a fool. SBF understands that in order to one day beat Binance, he needs to leverage US politics as a weapon, and he also knows his angle. CZ was born in China, and there are rumors of Chinese involvement with Binance. As US-China tensions rise, he has an angle to attack Binance, and this is where you'll see the trending tweet where he said, excited to see him repping the industry in DC. Going forward, is he allowed to go to DC, right? Which I don't think he should have posted that, and he's, probably thinking that right now. However, CZ is not going down without a fight, and he recently got the opening he needed to strike back. There was 2 events in particular that opened the SBF FTX up to an attack from CZ Binance. The first was after SBF published proposals on crypto regulations, which you guys have probably all saw. These proposals were met with severe backlash from the crypto industry, with many claiming that SBF was trying to kill DeFi and push for regulatory capture. SBF was suddenly an enemy of crypto. CoinDesk published a story which said that much of the $14.6 billion in assets on the Alameda FTX investor arm balance sheet was actually its FTT token, which is important here that the company prints itself. This meant that FTT price dropped. If the FTT price dropped, FTX itself could be at risk. So regardless of whether or not the financial risks from FTT were real or not, CZ had the angle he needed to make his attack. As part of the divestment from FTX back in 2021, Binance has received $2.1 billion worth of FTT in BUSD. That's a ton of friggin' money, man. Then CZ went on to the offensive. It helped fuel the FUD narratives around FTX insolvency, and it further framed FTX as being against crypto. It would allow Binance to make a material impact on the FTT price by selling their tokens, and we saw that public tweet where he was selling about $500 million, or they had about $500 million left. And it was funny as well because he did retweet the whale alert. So you can see here, it was clear that CZ had no desire to make peace. He further stoked the FUD flames by highlighting a whale alert transfer of $585 million worth of FTT and later comparing FTX to Luna, which was crazy to see. You can see CZ saying, liquidating our FTT is just post-exit risk management. Learning from Luna, we gave support before, but we won't pretend to make love after divorce. We are not against anyone, but we won't support people who lobby against other industry players behind their backs. So the strategic brilliance behind CZ's attack was that he realized the current state of the industry after months of large firms that were previously considered safe becoming insolvent crypto participants are mentally rattled. Nobody wants to take a chance. And I saw this live tweet yesterday as well, or 2 days ago, from Larry, and he said the tough part that is that always sensible to withdraw, even if you think the rumors are 1% likely to be true. So no shit, there will be backlog and liquidity issues. And like, pretty much everybody was right. I got to withdraw yesterday, and even then I was like 2 days late, and it took a few hours for that withdrawal to happen. And not only that, the withdrawals have halted. If you're on FTX right now, you can't withdraw from what I've heard. I'm not sure if you've been able to get your withdrawal. If you were over on Twitter, you probably saw everywhere talking about FTX. So you had the chance to, and if not, and that's super unfortunate. I hope that Binance does take it over for like the sake of the crypto market, or we would get smoked probably. The irony is that these fears and rumors could very well trigger a bank run on FTX that could actually become self-fulfilling. Even if FTX doesn't go insolvent, there's no doubt that they're going to be damaged by this attack. So we've seen today that CZ takes over, acquires FTX with the agreement that they can actually back out at any time. So there's so much uncertainty in the market. We saw FTT drop 78% currently, down 78%, probably hit somewhere around 90% for the low of the day. Just crazy, honestly. I would not touch this. As they mentioned, this is going to be super volatile. Unless you're like a great trader, I would not touch FTT. And I don't think that buying FTT for it to go back up is the move at all. I mean, FTX could get, in a couple of years, there could be no FTX, or maybe even in the next few months, and FTT will follow. It's hard to say what's going to happen to Solana. It really is. I don't think that it'll disappear as quick as FTT will, but maybe having some very tight stop losses is the way to go here. I wouldn't be just trying to catch a knife, man, especially if the deal like turns bad, it's sour. FTX is in a worse position that everybody thinks. Like when we saw this 3AC and this Luna explosion, we didn't know how bad it was. Like maybe this is worse. I don't want to create FUD, but I got my tokens off FTX. I'm happy. The price is dipping. I didn't position myself in any trades. I wasn't trading today, watching my son. So it's unfortunate we're dumping. It's unfortunate like regular people like us are having to go through this, especially like imagine somebody dodging all these rug pulls, these scams, and like, even if they're in Luna and they're like, okay, let me park my money on this safe exchange, and now they've lost out on their crypto. So one lesson to take is if it's not your keys, it's not your coins, hold your crypto, Bitcoin specifically, because these alts are getting smoked. A lot of them are just dying, and you're seeing these like huge death spirals. So get into Bitcoin, and if you want Ethereum too, man, and hold it into these in your hardware wallets. Stop holding all of your crypto on exchanges. It's crazy. Probably one of the craziest days I've seen in crypto, following the Luna collapse, following Quadriga, and just all the other crazy events that happen. And man, like other things are happening where Hex is being, I believe influencers are being subpoenaed by the SEC for promoting Hex. We saw 50,000 Bitcoin seizure, $1.2 billion. It's crazy things are happening right now. Bitcoin's making new lows. FTX is getting acquired. CZ is just the champ, man. So that's pretty much it. I needed to go live and share why we're crashing, why Solana and FTT are down bad. Do not get into them right now, and why Bitcoin's made new lows. We're just going to have to stay tuned, man. And that's pretty much it. Enjoy the rest of the day. If you are not affected, thank God. And if you are, it's super unfortunate. So I appreciate you taking the time to watch this. I'll see you guys